It's imperative that you have a router for every single one of your router bits. Hi, I'm Ron Paulk, and this is the Smart Wood Shop. If you want to get a set of plans to build a smart wood shop for yourself or one of my workbenches, link in the description down below. I say that tongue-in-cheek, a router for every router bit, but to some level it's kind of true. I have been working on so many projects here. I have cut up about 10-12 sheets of plywood over the past couple of months, making lots of projects, and I'm talking cutting full sheets into lots of little pieces. And a lot of those cuts are being made with routers, using templates. In fact, I decided to make this video real quick to talk about this cordless router that, as you know, I got a couple of months ago, and I want to give you a little feedback on it. But I'm getting ready to route out 4 of these sawhorse patterns and 2 each of these support horse patterns, and that'll all be cut with this router here and a 1/2-inch spiral upcut bit, and a little bit of it will be done with this 1/4-inch bit on the cordless. So what do I think about this DeWalt cordless? Well, I think enough of it that I just got another one. So I have found over the last couple of months, and actually my career, I have so many routers. This doesn't represent my full inventory, but in the last couple of months with these 2, I've been going to because they're cordless and I don't need to, get out I'm getting more sawdust, no question, because no sawdust hooked up to it, but I'm not getting out the cord and plugging it in and all my going around. It's just really nice to have it tethered or untethered. And I have my vac over there with the remote on it, and this is my vacuum collection for a lot of my routing. Now when I'm running my big guy here and doing a lot of this heavy cutting, I do have that hooked up, so I'm catching a lot of the wood chips and sawdust there, and I just don't have a cordless option at this kind of power that I need to do a lot of this cutting, and also needing that 1/2-inch bit. I don't have that option with these smaller. But I have been running this router in its plunge base with a straight cutter, doing a lot of the interior stuff that I can't do with the bigger bit. And also I've been using the same router and putting it in its included fixed base to do the beveling. And so I've been going back and forth. I've been taking this motor out, putting it in this base and changing the bit. And then, I need to go back to it. So I've been going back into the, because I need the different base and I need the different cutter. And it just wasn't worth my time. So I went ahead and grabbed another one. I've been very happy with it. It's a little clunky, for this one, no problem. In the plunge, everything works great. I like it. I like the ergonomics of it. A little on the noisy side. I noticed that, I wear earplugs anyway, but I noticed when I'm cutting that it's a little quieter running this motor or this motor, and the cutter too. I'm not sure. I'm using the same cutters. It just seems to be a little noisier, but I'm using it. I like that being no cord, and Festool, as far as I know, they haven't given us a battery option yet. Now I will say for handheld and doing edging, I much prefer this router. I mean, it's smoother. It's you just feel the quality. I mean, there's absolutely no comparison in the quality and the feel and just the way this router works versus this one. I also like it's much smaller. It fits my hand better. And I like this big base they have. It's really nice that I can do my edging or whatever I'm doing. And then I've also have this handle to go onto, and of course this does the, the little bit of micro adjust. It's not a plunge like this one, and I need a lot of the plunge routing I use a lot. I have a smaller version of this that's a plunge, but it's barely any smaller. It's less powerful. It won't run the big 1/2-inch bit. But physically, you know, to me, it's almost not worth having. This one, everything I do without what I do with this one, it's not enough smaller to justify. So, you know, this is my workhorse. This is most of my routing, and I'm stuck with the cord. I do hope that Festool figures out a way to put a battery on this. At least it'd be nice if they put a battery on this, because I could have 10 of these, and if Festool came out with that, I'd be all over it, because this is just a pleasure to use, and just everything about it is designed so well. But it's a cord, and then if I'm going to put the cord on, I'm going to go ahead and put the vacuum on, and then I'm draping them on my arm, and I'm dealing with that. So at the end of the day, if this is sitting there and that's sitting there, I'm going to grab this, even being a little noisier and being a little clunkier and bigger, not quite as smooth. It's a great router, and obviously cost-wise, they're fairly inexpensive. So, you know, in this case, it really helps out, because I need to have both of these ready to go, batteries on them, bits in them, in the right base, so that I can go, you know, they fit nice in the bench, so I can just grab it out, you know, finish my route, pop it up, do my edging, or cut out the interiors that only the smaller, this one will do. So I'll be going, today when I cut all of these out, I'm going to be using all 3 of these routers, one, the other, and I'm just going back and forth and finishing this one, because I like to finish as I go, and so I'll be doing that. And you've seen that in videos, but I've probably cut it out where I've been switching bits and bases back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So it's, you know, value of time. You know, I think I pay $150 for this, and then same for this one, but then I bought the plunge base separately. Now, there is one other cool thing, because when I bought this one, it came with the fixed base, and they may offer a kit with the plunge base, but I didn't get that with it, so I ordered that separate, and again, really have been using that heavily and enjoy it. But because I've got an extra base, this either one of these motors will go into this. I'm going to try out making my smart router table. I'm going to try to scale one down and do a little one, and I think what I'll do is I will either just mount this base to it, just drill a hole and make a piece of wood. You know, either leave the cutout in the base. I'll work this out. You'll see me when I do it. I may just make a small plate, you know, that clamps onto my bench, just like the big router table, just a scaled down version. But rather than doing the cutout for the drop-in plate, I may just drill a hole and put this right in it, like a 1-inch hole, 25 millimeter hole. Or the other thing I thought about doing was just making a wood plate, like the woodpecker, but making a wood one. Again, I've got 2 router tables, the big ones with the drop-in plates and the big 3.5 horsepower motors, and that does the yeoman's work. But I was thinking, if I've got this and I can take some scrap wood, make a little router table, and not spend any money, just an hour or 2 making it up, then I could quickly just clamp this on to any of my benches anywhere, and with a motor mounted in it with a round over bit or bevel bit and stuff, or even a straight cutter, like if I'm making drawers and I've got that 1/4-inch dado, you got to run so much of that that I could set that one up separate on the battery and just run that material. I'll see how I use it, but like I said, I'm going to fool around with that, so I'll let you know how that works out. But back to 2 things. One is, I know tools cost money, but time costs as well. So if with an affordable router like this, affordable here and in our, you know, in our part of the country, our part of the world, and also with what carpenters make, you know, this is, you know, pays for itself in, you know, a couple of days work, really, in the hours saved. So I would, you know, I highly recommend these, and I'm sure the Makita makes a great one, and I haven't really put it in my hand. It might feel better. I had to choose a battery system, and there are other tools that I absolutely wanted the DeWalt, so I didn't really have an option for my cordless, because it's either got to be Festool. For cordless, it's either got to be Festool or it's got to be DeWalt. I'm just not even looking at the others because I don't want another battery system. So, you know, again, I like it. You know, if you're thinking about it, you know, it's worked out really well. And, you know, these, you know, Makita, DeWalt, Milwaukee, all those guys, those sort of professional tools, but sort of the, you know, they're not fine tools in German engineering like these guys. So within the parameters of my needs and what I'm doing, and the fact that I need multiple of these, I really give these a thumbs up. But if Festool, if you're listening, if you'll put a battery on one of these, I'll take serial number 1. If you like these tool videos, be sure to give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and ring that bell so you'll know when I put up a new video. Thanks for dropping into the Smart Wood Shop. Stay safe and have a great day.